Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's a pretty small week, not a ton of stuff, but I'm going to start with the DC guys because it's always a big week for this guy. This is Batman number 18. This is the latest issue of the I Am Bane storyline. Really been enjoying this. I'm stoked to see Bane getting back to his original awesomeness. Pretty much kicks the crap out of Batman through this whole issue. Nightwing, another huge Bat book, one of the most popular books DC has in all this rebirth stuff. Starts a new story arc this week, so if for some reason you haven't been following Nightwing, this is the time to jump in on that. And Harley Quinn rounds out your Bat type stuff. This one's poly-bagged for your protection. It's the second issue of the latest arc for her, so you can grab issue 14 and catch up to this week's 15. Always a big week for Harley Quinn. Superman, one of my favorite DC books going right now. Cool Gary Frank cover there. All these super books have been really popular lately, so like Nightwing, if for some reason you haven't been following the super books, now's the time to jump in. This one, Action, Super Son, Supergirl, Superwoman, whatever you like. They're all very solid. Good stuff. Justice League, another always great book from DC. Another book that sells like crazy. These first few I mentioned are some of their biggest sellers. Cool cover there too. Aquaman, been mentioning how stoked I am that they kept his book in the Rebirth universe. Been really digging the covers on these books. Aquaman's been very solid. Green Lanterns, another big hit, starring two new Lanterns. This isn't Hal, this isn't any of the other guys you've seen before. It's a new team of Lanterns. Book's been really solid. Green Arrow. This is your especially awesome Neil Adams B cover. And Cyborg rounds out your Rebirth proper stuff. But as always, there's lots of other DC things to talk about. This is your last issue of Midnighter and Apollo. And this is your last issue of Death of Hawkman. Really encourage you guys to check out some Death of Hawkman. Maybe you're not a big Hawkman fan. Maybe you don't really follow miniseries, but this one is going to roll into some pretty serious stuff going on in the DCU. Don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but it's got one heck of a last page. And Fall of Rise of Captain Atom. This is the third issue of this particular mini. DC doesn't do a lot of miniseries these days now with all the Rebirth titles. This one's also been very solid. DC Bombshells is your non-Rebirth DCU book of the week. Like Injustice is your video game tie-in book of the week. The Flintstones is your Hanna-Barbera reboot reimagination book of the week. Really been encouraging you guys to check this stuff out. The first trade paperbacks are rolling out for all of this. I've got Black Cat packs for what will be the first trade for all of these different books. Flintstones, Scooby Apocalypse, Wacky Raceland, Future Quest. A lot of great stuff going on with these books. Shade the Changing Girl is your Young Animal book of the week. And Savage Things is your Vertigo book of the week. This is the first issue of a new Vertigo title. Always encouraging you guys to check out some Vertigo books. And as it's a first issue, now's a good time to check that one out. Great week for the DC guys. Unusually small week for the Marvel guys. They usually have like about 25 books. They've only got about half that this week, but a lot of great stuff. Let's talk about some Spider-Man. This is Clone Conspiracy Omega. This is your one-shot conclusion to the Clone Conspiracy saga that's been going on in the mini and in Amazing Spider-Man. You can read more about this one in our newsletter this week. Been talking about this on our podcast. Clone Conspiracy has been a lot of fun, so if you haven't been following the Spider stuff, grab as many of the recent issues as you can. Grab the Black Cat pack for Clone Conspiracy. This one's setting up some big stuff for the future as well, not just wrapping up the old stuff. Speaking of the future, Spider-Man Homecoming. Everybody's super excited to see Spider-Man coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe where he belongs. That's your sort of prequel issue to the upcoming movie. Spider-Man 2099 and Silk wrap up your Spider stuff for the week. But let's talk some other events, like Monsters Unleashed. This is Unleashed number 4. This one's just about wrapping up. This book has been a lot of fun, so grab that first issue, check it out, see if you agree with me. I like these sort of, I don't know, it's an event book, but it's kind of a little more fun and a little less end-of-the-world apocalyptic than your usual stuff. And Totally Awesome Hulk is your Monsters Unleashed tie-in book of the week. This book's gaining a lot of steam, so like I've said many times, if this one isn't on your list, you may want to grab this .1 issue and see what all the hubbub's about. Speaking of Totally Awesome Hulk, here he is with The Champions. This book exploded out of the gates and has been selling out like crazy. Got a couple Black Cat packs for the first arc, or you can just jump into this one. It's the first issue of the next storyline, sort of the new Young Avengers. And speaking of Avengers, that's your latest issue, Avengers number 5. Everybody knows I'm a big Avengers fan. I'm a big Vision fan. I'm a big Mark Waid fan, big Alex Ross fan, so this book is totally for me. And it's for you too. Grab the first issue, catch up to this week's number 5. Some time-traveling Kang fighting goodness in that one. Deadpool starts a new story arc this week, along with Moon Knight and Bullseye. Those 3 guys are your dark side of the Marvel Universe. Been really digging this expansion of the Daredevil universe. We got Bullseye, we've got Elektra, we've got Kingpin, all with ongoing titles now. So if you're a Daredevil fan, you got a little catching up to do. Unstoppable Wasp is your Women of Marvel book for the week, unless you count America number 1. It's your first issue, Gotta Have It book from Marvel this week. But I think these days it's just pronounced America. And Star Wars number 29 rounds out your Marvel books for the week. Always encouraging you guys to check out the Star Wars stuff. Marvel's been doing a great job with all of this one, Dr. Aphra, all the mini-series that they have rolling out. Good stuff. And it's a great week for the other guys too. Always talking up this guy. You know I love the Mike Mignola books. This is Baltimore. This is not in the necessarily the Hellboy BPRD Abe Sapien Lobster Johnson stuff. This is more of the vampire hunting goodness. But you know I'm a big Mike Mignola fan. Cool and creepy. Good week for the Image guys too. Maybe you've heard of Walking Dead. Probably the biggest book Image has. One of the biggest books in comics. One of the biggest shows on TV. This is your latest issue. There was a 25-cent issue a couple issues ago, so if for some reason you just wanted to jump in on the middle, you can grab Walking Dead 163 for just a quarter to start the new story arc. This is the single issue, but volume 27 is also out today for all you trade paperback types. I know a lot of you are following Walking Dead in the trades. Some of you are holding out for the compendiums. Always encouraging you trade paperback types to catch up to the individual issues, because especially with a book like Walking Dead, I don't know, those cliffhanger endings are just more exciting in the periodical form. Rat Queens number 1. Everybody's been waiting on this one since the early demise of the previous series. This is one of the Planned Parenthood covers. Image is doing Planned Parenthood variant covers for a lot of their books this month. With proceeds going, of course, to that organization. This is the one for Rat Queens number 1. This is the one for Royal City number 1 by Jeff Lemire, or Lemire, or however you say it. Everybody likes that guy. Everybody's been looking forward to this. This is your first issue, Gotta Have It Image book of the week, unless you count Extremity, another issue, first issue from Image. Always encouraging you guys to grab those Image first issues, because when you come back to me after you read about it on the internet, number 1 is long sold out. So grab those while you can. Riverdale One Shot is my Archie book of the week. Can't say enough about the great job Archie does with Archie, Betty and Veronica, Jughead, Reggie, Afterlife, Sabrina. They're one of my favorite publishers right now. Check out our podcast from a couple weeks ago where we go all into this stuff. If you're watching the show, you definitely want to check out the comic. Good stuff. James Bond has a new first issue. That's one of my dynamite books of the week, because I love me some James Bond. Excellent premise for comics. The 11th Doctor, my favorite Doctor, is my Titan book of the week. This is the first issue of a new arc for that guy. Judge Dredd Annual. It's my IDW book of the week. Don't see enough Judge Dredd these days. And Faith is my Valiant book of the week. Kind of the only Valiant book this week, but just wanted to mention it because I'm always encouraging you guys to have a Valiant book on your list. Be looking for Exo Manowar #1 rolling out pretty soon. And a good week for kids books. This is the Avengers All Ages title. And this is Superpowers. That's your Justice League All Ages title. Again, I'm always encouraging you guys to check out the different publishers' All Ages books. All the different publishers make them, and a lot of them are really, really good. They're fun for you, fun for the little ones, good stuff. Superpowers, like I say, is more for the little ones. Maybe Adventure Time is more for you, or maybe the My Little Pony Annual is more for you. Double-sized My Little Pony goodness. Lots of fun there. Like I say, not a huge week, but as always, lots of great stuff. So check those shipping lists, get down to your local shop, pick up something super awesome. Want to mention that this weekend is the San Jose Super Toy Show out at the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds. You can go to Time Tunnel blogspot.com, or anyway, Time Tunnel Toys is the store in San Jose. Give them a call and ask them about the show. Make sure you get down there because it's lots of fun. We will be heading up to Seattle for the Emerald City Comic Con this weekend. We'll be gone Thursday through Sunday. Don't worry, store's open. Francie and I are rolling. Anthony's going to hold down the shop with Al. We're going to go to the Seattle, pick up a whole bunch of new cool old books for you. So make sure you check out the large stack of classics that we always come back with from the cool shows. Probably going to shoot a video up there so you guys can get a little bit of lay of the land. So keep up with the Facebook page, with the YouTube channel for all the ECCC updates. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at blackhatcomics.biz. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our cool YouTube channel. Check out our podcast at soundcloud.com. Or just get on down here to Rock and Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.